Alright, this is gonna be the villain list for Marvel, top 10 Marvel villains. Whew. Let me just say one thing. This was really hard to narrow down because, man oh man, so many good villains. But I had to pick and choose, and I had to put the best, in my opinion, on my list. So let's start. Let's start with the half brother of Thor, Loki. Loki is really cool. I like the idea behind him. He's not only he can be physically strong as well, but he's smart. He uses his smart, and he's kind of um he's very resourceful when you need him. Hopefully he's not dead for good. I don't think Loki's dead. I really think Loki was behind everything, to tell you the truth. I think he was behind Norman going crazy and all that stuff, because he's been known to do that, to play trickery, and gotta watch out for villains like Loki. So he's number 10. Number 9, the most evil person according to my Marvel handbook in the Marvel universe. The most evil being in the Marvel universe actually is Red Skull. Yeah. Now I know I have the picture up of the Ultimate Red Skull, but I really like that design more than I do the classic one. I think it's really cool update, but I didn't like the Ultimate Red Skull. He turned out to just be a real loser, to tell you the truth. It wasn't really a villain, just some dude who wanted to prove something, that he wanted to be with his family and all that. That was lame. But yeah, Red Skull is number 9. Number 8, 90s villain, and I still like him even though he was killed by. Unfortunately, he was killed. Carnage. Carnage is awesome. I know a lot of people are like, oh, why didn't you choose Venom? But yes, I do like Venom as well, but I like Carnage because Carnage is just pure, straight evil. Cletus Cassidy is a straight up evil, man. There's not a single good thing in his bone. Venom, Eddie Brock has some good in him and stuff like that. But Carnage, I just like the idea that he was a straight up evil, and you got to respect the guy who can take down and terrorize an entire city on his own. Number 7, the Kingpin. Yes, I do like the Kingpin. He's very. I like classic gangster villains. I do like classic gangster villains like that, and I just like the idea that. Excuse me. I like the idea that he's not only strong, but he's smart. He's not just a big brute dummy. He's smart too. He knows how to fight. He knows how to box. I believe he knows some martial arts too. So he's very cool, and he's strong as hell, and very smart businessman. And that's my number 7. Number 6, the Green Goblin. Green Goblin is really cool. I love his design, his classic design. Man, that's just straight awesome. I did like him in the Ultimate Spider-Man 2. He had a very cool makeover where he turned into an actual goblin. I thought that was cool. And one of my favorite quotes from him, I think it goes like this. Somebody can correct me if I say the quote wrong. He's putting on his costume. He's like, he's like, there's a particular reason why I didn't wash this particular costume. It's because it smells like blondes, death, and victory. And I thought that was a cool quote. And he's just awesome, man. And I will give Bendis credit. He did shove Norman Osborn in our faces in Dark Reign and Siege and all that. But Dude wrote a badass Norman Osborn. He made a Norman go from a Spider-Man villain to a Marvel Universe villain. So I don't know. I'll say his status has been from B to B plus. So I'll give Brian Michael Bendis credit right there. Number 5, Ultron. Ultron is pretty cool. I just love those machines that they just can't die. They're a lot in a lot of those type of characters in fiction in general, and I just think they're really cool, and I just love the idea that a machine has a mind of its own and it just won't die. Um, Number four is, of course, I share a name with this guy. We share the first name, Victor Von Doom. That's right. Here we go again. Got green in it. Doctor Doom is just straight up awesome. And the great thing about Doom is that, well, yes, he is definitely a bad guy, straight up. He just truly believes what he's doing is right. And if you're not reading Doom War right now, you should be reading it. Dude is just awesome. He'll do whatever it takes to get he'll do whatever it takes to get what needs to be done, because he believes that what he's doing is right, and I find that fascinating, and he's an interesting character. I still would like to know. I always just wanted to know what he looks like under that mask, and I don't know. I find that mystery behind that very cool. Number 3 is Blackheart. Now, I'm talking about Blackheart, the real Blackheart, not the one from the movie. I'm talking about straight Blackheart. Classic Ghost Rider villain. He is very awesome. Love the design. He is very awesome, and I'm hoping to see him in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's highly unlikely, but yeah, Blackheart is on my list for number 3. Number 2 wasn't until recently, until Old Man Logan came along, until I had respect for this guy. Mysterio. Mysterio is, what he did in Old Man Logan is just crazy. Mark Millar made Mysterio go from being just the guy who can do illusions to a guy who you don't want to fuck with. I've said it before. I would hate to fight a guy that uses illusions, because they can make you see things that you would be afraid of. And Mysterio's number 2. And his costume is actually starting to grow on me. I'm starting to like his design, even with the the so-called ball on his head. So I don't know, it's starting to grow on me. I hope they use him more in the future in Marvel storylines. And number 1, the man who defeated Marvel himself, the Mad Titan, Thanos. That's right, Thanos. I'm glad they're bringing him back. They're using him again in Thanos Imperative. Can't wait to see what they're gonna do with him. I hope it's not a disappointment. Thanos is very complicated. He's not just straight up evil. He has different morals and stuff like that. But yes, he is a bad guy. But he kind of feels that he was mistreated, and he just kind of lashes out sometimes. But sometimes, he's been known to have conversations with the other celestial beings, and like Galactus and other celestial gods. And man, when he's pissed though, you better be careful, because even without the Infinity Gauntlet, he is not to be toyed with. And I'd hate to fight a guy like this. So yeah, that's my list for Marvel villains. And I might do a list just for my favorite non-Marvel and DC villains too. And heroes. So stay tuned for that.